Well, hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how I make my own custom watercolor blocks. So you can make these out of a watercolor pad that's already cut down and comes on a hardboard like this. Or what you could do is just um, get a strong piece of cardboard, or I would definitely save the boards off of your watercolor pads, and you can then cut it to whatever size that you like. So here I just have these little cheapy watercolor pads from Michael's, my local craft store, and these are not exceptionally good paper. They're not cotton, but I really like the texture on them, and I'm pretty surprised at how well they work. So, and I got them on sale, so I think they were like buy one get one free, and you can't beat that. And when you go to buy an actual watercolor block, those seem to be quite a bit more expensive than just the pads. So I've already done one. I bought two of these, and I've already done one of them. And I've even used the first sheet, and you can see that I've glued it both sides. Of course, the top's already done. And then along the bottom, but you just leave a little spot, to run your knife in and, separate the pages. So I'm just going to show you real quick. Let's see if there was any buckling. That's what I really love about these blocks, is because you don't have to tape them. You can if you want a white border, but you don't have to tape them, and they just lay so flat. So I love that. So looky there. That really worked good. See how flat that is? And like I said, that's not even a cotton paper. That's just a cheap paper. So anyway, I'm going to show you how I do this, and then stay till the end because I also have another really good idea. So I just take my pad of paper, or if you cut your own paper, line them all up. And like I said, you'll need a hard board for the back. The other things you're going to need is some clamps. These guys I just got from Dollar Tree, super cheap. You'll need some sort of tape because you want to be able to tape off a spot to not glue over. And then you need some good glue. Now you could experiment with different kinds of glue. This is the one I used because it's what I had. It's a neutral glue, like acid-free, and it's kind of thick, which I really like. But it's a little more on the pricey side. I am sure that if you have like a Aleene's tacky glue, that would probably work really good as well. And if all you have is Elmer's, I would try it. And you may just need like a couple of layers, but I always like to add an extra layer to mine just in case anyway. So, and then just something to spread your glue with. And you could use a brush, but I don't know that you're going to get as smooth of a coating like they do from the factory. Plus, you're going to have to clean out your brush. So I would use like some sort of a silicone type tool. I use this little guy. If you don't have anything like that, then I would just cut a scrap of your watercolor paper and use that to smear your glue. But you do need also a scrap paper. I already have one cut to the size of my paper. And so all I'm going to do is put my scrap paper, line it up, and put this on and then clamp it down. You want to make sure that you get your pages nice and tight. So I just put some clamps on, and I fold the top backwards. It does get glued on, but it slides off just like that other paper did. Super easy. So no worries there. And then I clamp even on the top, and I also clamp on the bottom. And I guess it just depends on what size your paper is as to how many clamps you'll need. Oh, those are stuck together. Let me just get one more. So I just make sure I leave a space in the middle where the tape goes. And then, so this is 1 inch wide tape. You could use maybe 2 pieces of a thinner tape if that's all you have. You could use painter's tape. And I just eyeball it. So I just kind of go where I think the middle is. And of course, that's not, super crucial. So just stick that on there, because all we're doing is keeping the glue from going there. Because if you don't do that, you're not going to be able to get your pages loose. All right. And all you have to do is take your glue, and so I just put a little line. Try not to, I would put less, and then you can always add more. Hopefully y'all can see that. And then so I just take it and just spread it along the edge, and then I come through and just clean up anything that maybe fell over the edge. But I put it on kind of thick. And you want to make sure you get the glue over all of the pages. And so the clamps, what I'll do is just move them around as the glue dries. So that's pretty good. That's kind of what you want it to look like. I don't know. Hopefully you can tell kind of, that that's completely covered. And that's all there is to it. So then on these sides, like, I will remove one of the clamps on this bottom part here. And then go on each side of the tape, and you can cover the tape, because it will come off whenever you peel it. Maybe I need to zoom out for you guys just a little bit. Hang on here. All right, maybe that's better. Sorry, this is kind of a different setup for me, and this clamp is super long back here. But I'm going to just take it off for a second. All right. So like I said, you can go over the edge of the tape. It won't matter. And just make sure you have everything covered. So then what I will do with this, I kind of clean up the edge like that and go to the corner. And then I will go do the open parts on the other, like I did here. And then I'm going to let it dry. And then I'll just move the clamps around. I'll move this one over here once it's dry, and then glue that side. And let me also say, sometimes these clamps, if you leave them on for a long time, they may put a dent, like in that first page. So you may want to put like a layer of, you know, a couple pieces of cardstock or something like that over the top sheet so that you won't get those marks in there. All right, so I'm going to finish putting the glue around the edges and I will be right back. Okay, well, I think I pretty much got it dry. I did cheat a little bit and use my heat tool, but it only took, gosh, 10 minutes maybe. It was super quick. So you're probably not going to be able to see this, but it's all coated around all the edges from the top to the bottom, around all the sides. And so now all you have to do is remove the top and the tape. You could just pull the tape off like this. It may tear this other paper a little bit, but that's not going to bother me. So I just take that off. And then because I had that flap, you know, it's stuck down, but I just come in with my palette knife and then just separate it. So now that opens back up, and then we just need to take our scrap paper off. Probably would recommend something thicker, yeah, than what I've used, because I'm going to have a little bit of leftover paper that looks like kind of glued down. So it's really going to depend on probably the glue you have and your preference as to how many layers you want to put on. I only used one on this one. I did two on the first one I did, but I really think I can get away with one. But we'll see. Then all I have to do is just go through and clean that off. So I'll do that here in a minute. But the other thing I was going to show you, I had an idea for a sketchbook. And I like to work in these, but the problem is that the pages get so warpy that, you know, the book is, I don't know, I really don't care for it. So I'm not going to do this on camera, but I was going to tell you my idea is to do kind of the same concept. So I think what I am planning on doing is just going through and clamping these, not of course to the cover, but just the pages, and gluing the edges like we did for the block. So then all these will be one piece. So then you can paint your painting, and then make sure you leave a, you know, an opening that you can stick your knife in. So then you can undo it and, you know, go through and all the pages will be flat. And you might ask, well, you know, what if I want to do both sides? So my idea was to go through and do the whole book on just one side only. And then once you get to the end, then just do it again. You know what I mean? And glue it again and do the whole process again, but then you'll have to work, you know, from back to front. But anyway, I thought that was a pretty neat idea, and I think I'm going to try that out. But hopefully this was helpful, and you guys are now able to make your own blocks at a cheaper price. So hopefully that saved you a little bit of money. Thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing. I appreciate you all being here, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.